and keep showing your love and support.
Okay. Oh, hear an echo.
Yeah.
Never mind. It's gone.
Me.
It's gone. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is a very quick impromptu message that it's basically from Brendan sent this to his mom, Barb, and she posted it. And I felt like it was really important to post this because yesterday we had some questions that kind of related to this. I guess somebody must have been writing to him. It didn't come from us, but so here I'm just gonna read the email. It says, "Hi, Mom." Or make this longer. Is that better? Let me look actually. Yeah, that's better. Okay. It says, "Hi, Mom. Please post this message from me to everyone on the Facebook pages, okay? Thanks. Your supporters. I don't like it when people are making accusations against my family members, Bobby, my mom, and Scott, when they didn't do any of the things they are being accused of. Please stop doing this. I love everyone that is supporting me and my family. I really appreciate it. I really do. This message is really from me. If you don't believe me, then write to me and ask me yourself. As for the GoFundMe page for finding me new lawyers, I do not want this to go on. Please do not do this. I have wonderful lawyers that are fighting and supporting me right now. I do not want any other lawyers. If any other lawyers want to join my team, they should contact my lawyers and ask them and what they can do to help in any way. Thanks for your time, care, compassion, and support. It means a great deal to me and my whole family. Love, Brendan." So I wanted to bring this up because, for one, a lot of people say like, "Oh, Brendan would never write this." So we have on panel today Donna. Hi, Donna. Donna.
Donna, where'd you go?
Uh-oh. Okay. I don't know where Donna went.
I don't know where Donna went either. But you got me.
Oh, here, wait. Let's try this Donna. Is this Donna?
It is.
Okay,
Donna.
there you
go. Okay, Donna. You talked to Brendan this morning, correct?
I did.
And what did you, I don't want to like any personal or anything, but you guys kind of touched base on this email, correct?
Absolutely.
So tell us what Brendan told you.
Brendan asked me if the email had gone out, which I said it had, and he does not want any more lawyers. He's perfectly happy with Laura and Steve, and they are currently working on stuff for him, and he's happy with that. And he really wanted to reiterate the conversation about his mom and his family, and just basically, if you're a true supporter, you'll accept what he's saying, and that's the actual genuine email he sent to his mom. So that is come from that's come from the horse's mouth.
Right. So yeah, this is an email format that you would normally get from Brendan. I'm gonna do something real quick.
Let me just say
really
this.
Show you guys.
Let's just say this. People should, if they support Brendan, they should realize that Brendan's wishes are the most important. If he is telling you something, and he's even saying, if you don't believe me, email yourself, well, then take it upon yourself to do so. Okay, because it's getting a little ridiculous to look at feeds where new people are entering all the time, and they see this pettiness going on and this other things that they think they can do better than what the family wishes and other things like that. It's beyond ridiculous. It does not need to go on. It's disrespecting Brendan and his wishes and his family and their wishes. And if you want to be a supporter, you have to consider everything I just said.
All right, so before we go on, I'm going to go ahead and explain. Core Links is the email that Brendan can email. He has a tablet. He can email people through Core Links. Only a certain amount of people, unfortunately, can be on his email list. I think it's like 30 people. Now, I wouldn't normally do this, but I want to prove to you all that this is how Brendan types. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's nothing too super revealing. You log in. Of course, it's taking forever now. Yeah, okay, so here, this is the format. You go to inbox, inbox, and then this is how it pops up. Then you click on the email. Click on the email. And Barb's screenshot. So you see Brendan Dassey, you see the date. He, as a subject, a while back ago, I actually asked him if he could make the subject the day that he writes, that he sends it and what time, because we were having issues with emails a while back ago, and sometimes we still do. So this is basically, he says, "Hi, Rebecca." He doesn't call me, he calls me Rebecca. "How are you doing today?" "I'm doing good. I'm excited to see the new Pokemon look like, especially the cat, because I showed him that. Sorry to hear you're allergic to that floor cleaner stuff." Then he told me about some books that he got. "I have seen the movies The Dark Knight, blah, blah, blah. That is all for now. Take care until next time. Love, Brendan." Same signature. So this is the same kind of format that we saw. Yeah, Becca still got that title. Probably, yes. But yeah, see, this is the same exact kind of email this is how Brendan types. This is a real email from Brendan Dassey. What you saw from Barb was a real email from Brendan to Barb. Brendan is a 32-year-old man. He has his own thoughts. He has his own feelings. He's not stupid. He can write an email, and he can share his thoughts through email.
He's not under guardianship
like
anymore. Let's put it that way. His mother has no say in what he does with the lawyers or anything else. They will not even contact Barb.
I just want to say this, though. She is his power of attorney, but that doesn't mean that she has power over him. But that's none of our business.
That's right. It's nobody's business. And if you want to support Brendan, maybe you should really start listening to what Brendan is saying and quit doubting him. For one thing, he is very intelligent. Okay. So get your minds out of the past where he had a learning disability. He has outgrown it. Okay. He is capable of making his own darn decisions. What do y'all think? He's drooling in a bucket? He's not. He's a very smart individual who is very capable of making his own decisions and talking to his lawyer. He's over 30 years old. This is ridiculous.
Right. Yeah. So, and his mom speaks for him in a lot of ways. And I know a lot of people, you don't have to like his mom. You don't have to like his family, but you have to respect the fact that it is his mom and it is his family. Brendan loves his family. He loves his whole family. Every member in his family he loves and cherishes. Yes, that even includes Stephen Avery. He cares about his uncle. He wants his uncle free just as much as he wants to be free. And he knows his uncle is innocent. These are all facts. If he tells his mother, "This is a message I want you to post," of course she's going to do it. That's her son. She's going to pass messages along like that. You have to respect the fact that if it comes from Barb like that, it is from Brendan. It is the truth. She's not manipulating him to write anything. She's not coercing him. She didn't fake that email. It's all 100% him, his thoughts, his feelings. And quite frankly, it's kind of insulting when people say, oh, that's not really from Brendan. It really is insulting that you're taking something from a grown adult and saying, oh, he would never write like that. How do you think he would write?
Let me bring up something you said, Becca, which was really, really good. Let's just say, what do you, oh gosh, do you think that, oh my gosh, Brendan has a voice, very, very seldom heard, okay? Becca
oh yeah, I said that earlier, yeah.
To say that he is not using his voice, that his mother's doing it for him. How do you think that makes Brendan feel when he doesn't have much of a voice anyway?
That's exactly it. Right? He doesn't have a lot of outlets.
That's
guys.
Right.
This is his outlet. It's this email system and phone calls. So if someone posts a message from him that's from an email or a phone call, and you say that's not real, you're taking away his own voice.
Yeah.
And then you're telling him that, oh, well, he would never write like an adult.
And you're calling him a liar.
You're calling him a liar. You're calling him stupid.
Yeah. Think about this, people. Think about the stuff you write before you post it, because you're shutting off Brendan's voice where he hasn't had one for all these years. So when he does speak, you ought to be really more considerate and respectful towards Brendan. Okay, because you really don't know what you're doing. You can have all of the thoughts you want about his family, but this is Brendan, and you shouldn't be doubting him or his mother. Okay, his mother is not in some conspiracy tunnel trying to make her son do these things. It's ridiculous. Think about it. Use some common sense and logic.
Right. And on that same note, he invites every single one of you. He says it right here. This message really is for me. That's his message too. This is really for me. If you don't believe me, then write to me and ask me yourself. So he said the magic words. He said letter. So here's the letter to write to him. If you want to ask, if you don't believe, oh, wrong way. Man, I'm a mess today, guys. If you don't believe him, here's his address. Write to him. Ask him yourself. Did you really write this email? Can you really email? Because a lot of people are, for some strange reason, think that's a lie too. He can really email. Can you really email? He's asking you. Ask me yourself, and I will gladly tell you, yes, that's really from me. Yes, my mother really speaks for me. Yes, there's a few others, and sometimes I do too, right? Sometimes I speak for him. Sometimes,
yeah, I do too. But this is
all. I spoke to him today.
Precious Power says it's like they think he never grew up and remains a young man that was confused about what those officers were doing to him. Exactly. Get out of the past and realize that 16 years has passed. This guy grew up probably faster than anybody else we fucking know that was 16 years old. And he is extremely intelligent. He has had his high school diploma. He reads books. How many books does he read a week, Becca?
He reads a lot. I send him, and I know other people send him stuff too, like 3 to 4 manga a week. And plus, he could probably read through a basic book on top of the manga once every week or two.
There you go. And you think that a person that can't write emails and say how he feels is going to read that many books? Let me tell you something. I've seen the library that his mother's holding for him. Okay. It is a straight library. I'm not kidding you. There's so many freaking books there, and you get smart from reading books. He is very capable of understanding things now. He has grown up, and his learning disability is no longer a part of him.
I mean, okay, let's rephrase that. He might still have a learning disability, but that doesn't make somebody stupid. It just means they learn differently.
Yes.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So he might still.
Yeah.
So he just learned how to learn differently, like the rest of us. We all learn, we all adapt, and yeah. So he's basically he's grown up, guys. I mean, he's not.
Yeah. So all the Barb haters.
Yeah, like what Heather said, he was
is.
never illiterate. Those cops tricked him the way they questioned him. It was confusing to me too. They just basically they took a kid that was learning different, that struggled with it, and manipulated him. Like they do it to adults too.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's just put it this way. This is coming from people who are Barb haters or family haters that want to believe some conspiracies that have no facts. Until them facts are out, they're going to attack. So when they attack, they're attacking Brendan. Okay, so why don't you take your attacks to some other group, because it's just ridiculous that Brendan should have to suffer. His family should have to suffer for truth. You're doing it again. You're doing it again to Brendan by telling him what he's saying is not true. And that's what the freaking state did. So think about that.
Right. That's another truth. Yeah, you're basically. Yeah.
And I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Donna.
Yeah, I was just gonna say what Brendan was specific about today was that his mom showed all of the email so that everybody could see it came from him.
Right. That's what I mean. That's why I showed my email, because I wanted everyone to see it's the same format. If I printed out the email that I showed you guys, it would look the same as this. This is the same kind of, you know what I mean, guys? This is the email that she didn't fake this. This is really from him.
So
I guess that's the reason why I wanted to go live, is because.
Right. So you non-supporters who think that you're supporting, take a good look at this video and think about what you're doing, because you're really not being a supporter. Okay. You're shutting Brendan up and his truth again, like the state did, by doubting this. Okay. Just think about that for a second.
Well, and here's something I'll bring up. A lot of people say if, with Stephen Avery's letter, they said, okay, if you don't share that letter, then you're taking away Stephen Avery's voice, right? If you don't believe the letter or whatever, it's kind of in the same way, guys. Like, if you can't accept the fact that Brendan wrote this in his own cognitive mind, then you're kind of taking away his voice too. Hey, Carrie. I'm sorry, I forgot to say hi to everybody.
You're taking his voice away. You're taking his truth away. Okay, this is Brendan here saying this truth. And you're going to sit there and tell him he's not. You're going to sit there and say he's not telling the truth again? Just like the fucking state did. I'm so sorry. It's exact same shit.
Well, I wanted to actually say, if you think about it, when people are making accusations against my family members when they didn't do any of the things they are being accused of, please stop doing this. It's the truth. Like, when you say that somebody's guilty of something, but you really don't have the truth of it, you're basically doing the same thing to Brendan, to his own family. Like, there was no real proof that Brendan committed other than words, right? So if you're gonna condemn somebody when there's no real proof on it, and just because someone's a Denny suspect, by the way, does not mean that they're guilty of it. They're just a Denny suspect. That means that there was information that was withheld that could have proven that Stephen was innocent. Not necessarily that the person who's a Denny suspect is guilty.
That's what I'm saying. They're in the short end. The long and short of it is that when Brendan put his confession down there, they fucking told him he was lying.
Heather.
Well, you're telling him that what he's saying right here, he's lying. So you're acting like the state, and that is not what kind of supporter you should be. So think about it. You can hate on his family all you want, but you better stop accusing Brendan of being so dense that he can't write a goddamn email and tell his supporters how he feels. This shit pisses me off. Use your fucking common sense.
So, does anybody have any questions in chat? Or, I invite anyone to ask if you need to be clarified, or if you really have, anything to say or add.
I just want to, I'll apologize for my language, but I can't help it. I am mad. I
Well,
am
you're very
extremely mad,
passionate.
and I'm extremely hurt for Brendan that his
Right.
supporters would doubt him and think that he's so dense that he can't even write a fucking how he feels. It really makes me mad. I mean, I am extremely hurt for Brendan. So if you guys can't feel that pain out there that are doing all this, then you just maybe should move along, and you don't belong here, like he says. Thank you very much, but no thank you.
So I do want to say, here's what I want to say about this comment, Jen. I don't tell things to Brendan like this. Donna doesn't tell things to Brendan like this. There are people that talk to Brendan that see things, that do say things. I don't know who they are. I have ideas of I know who they are, but I don't know who they are. And yeah, so that's what my next thing is that what people, us Brendan supporters also need to realize is we're representing Brendan out here. You know, so we need to be kind. We need to be respectful to each other and to others because we're representing Brendan. Because there are some people who do try to stir the pot and will try to tell him things. And you know, I'm not saying it's, I don't know what I'm trying to say. If someone can say it better.
No, let's just say this, okay? There are shit stirrers out there that got conspiracy brains, okay? They don't come out of their own thoughts. They are accusatory with no facts, okay? But until the facts come out, if you're a real supporter of this, you wait for facts. You don't listen to the, I'm not even going to name them, but everybody here knows who they are. You can see their attacks and their words and their videos that are downing things and continually doing the same thing. And they're talking about no facts. They show you no damn documents. They show you their opinion. Okay. That's it. In text
Right.
and in a video. There's never been no proof. So if you want to be a supporter and be that way, that's fine. Okay, we will not be able to stop you. But those people that are continually doubting Brendan, that say that they support Brendan, you're really not. And I think you need to just take a check on yourself and look at this stuff and realize what you're doing and stop it if you want to continue to support, because Brendan doesn't need this. And it hurts Brendan to hear about his family being hurt. Okay, because he feels responsible for that. Do you not understand that? Can you imagine that? Maybe not. Okay, but his family being attacked and constantly accused without any factual document. I don't care what Zellner's saying. Okay, I know Zellner's a lawyer. She'll put anybody under the bus. That if it looks good, she's going to get in court. Hell yeah, she will. I don't blame her. Okay, but for people to not believe that everything they want, ask them people yourself. Quit putting it out there for factual. Don't put it out as fact.
So somebody in chat, I speak kind of Spanish. Somebody's asking about Brendan's Nintendo Game Boy Color. He has a Game Boy Color. It's not with him though. It's at home with his mom. Anyway, I'm sorry. I just got completely sidetracked with that question. But another thing I wanted to point out, I haven't seen a GoFundMe. I don't know if there really is a GoFundMe. I know somebody yesterday in chat asked if we should start a GoFundMe for lawyers. I don't know if somebody wrote to him and asked him about that. I have no idea. Oh, okay. I'll address this one in a minute. I'm just going to put it up here while I finish this. But so I don't know if there is
our translator.
Yeah, I don't know.
Candy. Hi Heather. Hi Jen. Hi Nicole. Hi Elizabeth. Hi Marilyn. Hi Jennifer. Emily. Miss S. Carrie Ann. Let me see who else. There was another couple in here. I don't remember where. Oh, they're way up. Sorry. Hello, everybody.
So anyway, I don't know if there is a GoFundMe out there. If there is a GoFundMe out there, please let me know so we can report it and get it taken down. He does not want a GoFundMe for new lawyers. He does not want new lawyers. If you see a GoFundMe that represents anything about Brendan, there are no GoFundMes out there, by the way, that are Brendan approved or family approved or anything like that. There was one in the past, but it's been taken down since then. So if there are any GoFundMes for Brendan for anything, please let me know, and we will report it and have it taken down. He does not want new lawyers. He's fine with his lawyers. We might be frustrated with his lawyers. He understands that we're frustrated with his lawyers. Why wouldn't we be? We want to see stuff, but he has faith in them to know that they're doing stuff for him and that he trusts them, and that's good. That's all we need to know, right? Technically, as long as he's happy with them, I'm happy with them.
Yeah, who are we
So,
or anybody out here to decide what lawyers Brendan has? Okay, that's
or
his
should have.
choice.
Yeah,
That's
he's
his
an
choice.
adult.
You want to go fund
He
me?
likes
Go
his
fund me your own
lawyers.
lawyer.
Right.
For real.
So yeah, if you guys see it, let me know so we can report it. Yeah. And okay, so with the Game Boy, Elizabeth, if you want to send him something like that, you can. You can send it to his mom's address. Unfortunately, he can't have that kind of stuff in prison. But anything you send to his mom, she does keep for him safe in his room. It's all there. If that's something you want to do, if you want to hold on to it too and wait for him to get out and then send it to him, that's fine too. So it's up to you on how you want to handle that.
Thank you, Mrs.
That's up
S.
to
She
you.
said if she sees that, she'll report that. Thank you very much. Hi, Jazz Nash.
Thank
just
you.
came in. And
Hey, Jazz Nash.
100%. Terry wants you to let Brendan know that when we see that stuff, we stop it. And
Absolutely.
we will always do what Brendan wants. What do you think this channel is about?
That's what I'm saying. When I tell people this is Brendan's channel, this is the kind of stuff that I use it for. To kind of spread
There's no
Brendan's
more
message and give Brendan a voice. This is us giving him a voice. And this email is his voice.
There is no other person. Okay, I might have started the channel. Becca took it over. It's Becca's channel. Let's all get that clear. And Becca is she talks to Brendan. She asks Brendan permission for everything she does, including the merch. She even asks the family. She will not do anything without getting his okay. So if you doubt that, then you really need to check yourself, okay? Because there is no better authority on Brendan who talks to him and who has a good relationship with him is Becca. She always asks for permission. She will do nothing without his permission. And I am witness to that. Okay. So you need to realize that everything on here in this channel is authentic, or each of us, whoever is on here, will say, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. We all have a right to our opinions. Like we said yesterday, we all have a right to our opinions, but we all know, we're all here for Brendan. We all love Brendan, and we all want to do what's best for Brendan. So.
100%.
Hey, I love you too, Nicola. I'm sorry, Donna, what?
I was going to say, you're absolutely right in what you've both said today. It's 100% what he wants. We just got to respect what he says, and that's it. This is his channel. It's his life, not ours.
Right. It's his.
And let's just put it this way. I couldn't run a channel like this, okay, because of my mouth. Look at how I get. I just let people know what I think. It flares right out my lips, man.
We love you for it, though, Linda. We do.
Right out. And Becca is more, her delivery is much more kind, okay? Mine is, here it is, and like it or not, or get up and go.
Let me get, okay. So if someone can, what was that? Translate for that person, please, in Spanish, or if they can understand what I'm saying, Like I said, you can send it if you want to send it to his mom. Let me get
Becca,
her
it's being
address.
translated. It says, "Can I give Brendan my Game Boy Color and my
Yeah, I mean,
games?"
me translate back to him, to them, to her.
Somebody's Discord's ringing.
Not me.
Oh, it's me. Jinx, I'm on live. Hang up.
I was gonna say, Linda, your Donna was muted, and so yeah. All right, let me get her address. If you guys want to send Brendan anything that he can't have in prison, and unfortunately, I wish he could have the Pokemon Game Boy. Heck, if you want to send it to me, Elizabeth, I'll take it too. I didn't really see any of this stuff. I think it was in a group that I'm not in that people were giving Barb shit, and I heard about it. And I am her friend, and I do feel I care about her, and I do feel, like protective of her. But also at the same time, it pisses me off when people just don't, like, they're like, oh, well, you're just making this up, or that's not really Brendan, or he would never. And it's like, okay, it's one thing to dislike somebody, but to straight out call Brendan a liar is where I have issues. Okay. Thank you, Heather. So let me get her mailing address. If you want to send Brendan something that he can't have in prison. Yes?
We're going to leave now.
Okay.
Ladies are coming. I guess we're going to be front row.
Are they here yet? Okay. Thank you, Dad. Fava. That's her address. So if you want to send the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, Game Boys and Game Boy Color, you can send it there. And she will put it aside for him. Everything, and and Donna hasn't seen it, unfortunately, because she lives in the UK. But we all have seen this room, every single thing that anybody has ever sent to that address for Brendan goes in that bedroom. It's like a museum at this point of supporter stuff. Some of the stuff is really cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie. He's got some pretty sweet games, 6 games in there. You know what I'm saying?
I would just not talk about that. You know what? I just was thinking some things you shouldn't even be putting that address out. I just think maybe
it's already out. It's in the groups.
I know. I wish she would have been smarter and got a PO box.
It's in the groups. That's just an address. That's it.
Yeah, I know. But you're right. You're right. It is. It's a library.
I know. I wish you would have had a PO box too, but that's just how it is.
The library.
That address has been out there for 7 years.
Yeah, I know. I just was. I don't even know why it came up. It was not muted, so I just figured I'd roll with it. I was talking to myself.
No, I know. I understand what you're saying. I'm the same, but my address is out there too.
Mine is too. I don't give a shit. Come on with it.
Because I just sent 250 postcards to people all around the world, and my address is on them. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I always think that every time I do one of those things where I send out supporter stuff, like, oh, by the way, if anybody wants a wristband.
Yep. That's funny. All right. Well, hey, you know what? My dog has to go potty, so I'm sure you're going to be ending this. Donna,
yeah.
It's great for you to come on here and share. You didn't have to, because that's personal between you and Brendan, but I appreciate it. You're an excellent supporter. All of you guys that are here are excellent supporters. You're here for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? It's to the people that are on Twitter and on Facebook, and they know who they are. I won't even give their names, the short groups that they are. I won't even give them any airtime. They know who they are. They'll see this and they'll understand. But everybody else, you're doing wonderful. And it's so wonderful to have you as a supporter. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And okay, bye, Linda.
Bye, guys.
And And I do want to add, you know, he doesn't, all supporters are the same to him as far as like he loves and appreciates all supporters, you know, and you can have your theories and stuff. We're not saying that you can't have a theory that might implicate Barb or, you know, whomever. We're, you know, everyone's entitled to their own opinions. What we're saying is don't bash the family. That's what he's asking you to do. Don't bash my family. There's a difference between researching and then straight out bashing. There's the difference. You know, I don't agree with the theory that Bobby and Scott and Barb, like I've always been really honest and open about that. I don't believe that theory. I've also been very open about the fact that I think it's Ryan Hillgas. Right? I don't believe that Bobby could have done it or has the motive, or there's no even proof. Bobby gave fingerprints to the investigators, and there's fingerprints on the RAV that don't belong to anybody who gave fingerprints. That means none for Bobby, right? So, I mean, but everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and I never say don't have your own opinion. It's just don't bash his family. You wouldn't want somebody going on YouTube or Twitter or Facebook and calling your mom names, would you? Would you want to talk to them or have anything to do with them if they did? That's all we're saying. Right, Donna?
100%. No, yes, sorry, I was muting. 100%, I agree with you. Just like you say, you've got freedom of speech. You're entitled to have that, but he's asking people not to bash his mum and his family, and that's just dead simple.
Yeah, it really is that simple. Just don't do that. If you don't care about Brendan's opinion or feelings on it, and you still do it, then you're not really being a good supporter for him. That's all I can really say. And it's heartbreaking to know that people think that they're really trying to support Brendan, but they still go against his wishes like that. You know, plus it doesn't help the case, does it? By bashing people online. That doesn't help anything or anybody. That doesn't solve anything. That's not going to get Brendan and Stephen out. It's not. It's just going to make you, I don't know why somebody would want to be like that. I really, really don't. Why do you got to be hateful towards another human being that you don't even know? Bye, Marianne. You don't know them. You've never met them. You have nothing personal towards them, but yet you still bash them online. Like, I don't understand that, but I guess it makes them feel better. Oh, gosh. Okay, so the puppy has to be in my room now, and she's going to be barking for a little bit. But basically, yeah, that's the message that I had today. Donna, did you have anything you want to add before we end this?
I think you've covered it 100%. I've said my little bit, which is what Brendan asked me to say. Barb has sent it out. I think it's quite clear. You know, it's dead simple. You know, just be kind.
It really is. Yeah, it's really that simple. Let's just try to do the best we can to be kind. Let's be the best representatives for Brendan that we can be, which are kind, loving human beings. That's all he really asks out of us. And yeah, let's just all do the best that we can. All right. So thank you, Donna. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, chat. And God bless everybody. And let's try to do what we can to get Brendan home. Please remember, if you want a postcard to send to Governor Evers, or if you want to buy a wristband or a bumper sticker, that's my email address too. I dox myself all over the place. So there's my email address. I will gladly send you those things. It's $3.50 for the wristband and for the bumper sticker, but the postcard is free. And also we have merch shop. The description, the link in the description for the merch shop. All profits go to Brendan, 100% of it. So yeah, let's do what we can for Brendan. And yeah, thank you, everybody. And Let's choose.
The rules that Governor Evers has issued say nothing about restricting his ability to issue commutations. A commutation is the shortening of a sentence, and so that's one option on the table still for Brendan Dassey. And as for his rules regarding pardons, those rules say nothing about the case of someone who is actually innocent, like Brendan Dassey. When you have an innocent person sentenced to life behind prison, that's exactly the situation that the clemency power was tailor-made to address. This is a case that federal judges have called a profound miscarriage of justice, and we're calling on Governor Evers to remedy that injustice today.